Hey guys, I'm here with Vanessa Kerr today, and this is the RAW Barbell Club podcast. Welcome, Vanessa.
Thank you. Thanks for
What do
having
you think
me.
about my little studio?
I love it. It's very professional.
It is, right?
Yep. Love it. Very comfortable.
Do you listen to any podcasts?
Yep. Sure do. Of course I do.
What podcast do you listen to?
I've listened to yours.
Oh, I haven't been.
Yeah. I've listened to some here and there. I really like This Is Weightlifting terms like the Catalyst.
Yeah.
I love listening to him.
So the Weightlifting Life?
Yeah. So like things like that. But that's about it. Usually it's only when I'm in the car and I'm not in the car for a long, long time. So, yeah.
So do you ever listen to like Barbell Shrugged or Rogan?
I have, yeah. In previous, I'm not I don't listen to them weekly or by religion or anything. But if I send, I'm on their mailing list or whatever, their emails, and then they pop up, if it's something that I'd be interested in, I'd probably pop it on, and have a quick listen.
Well, the reason I bring that up is because they always obviously had a very visual podcast as well.
Okay.
And I was like, I've always wanted to have something that people
that
can
looks
watch.
like that. Yeah. No, it's very good.
And then this is my shitty attempt at trying to create that.
It's pretty good. I like it. You can slap some paint on, maybe.
I do. So that's the next stage is to paint this wall here.
Okay.
And make it a little bit more professional.
Right.
I think Jane said that she hates these the blue covers.
Okay.
She wants something a little.
It's nice and bright. Brightens up the area.
Anyway, enough about the studio. We're here today to talk about you. How's your trip here?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad actually. It's okay through the day.
Did you coach this morning?
I was training this morning, so
my
Wednesdays. Yeah, it was really good actually.
What did you do?
What did I do? I did lots of squatting and I did hang cleans.
Ooh.
And then a bit of conditioning, which I always love.
Conditioning?
Yeah.
For a weightlifter?
Well, I've got the facility for it, so why not use it?
What did you do for your conditioning?
It was every 10-second sprint of a sled, and we've got new curve treadmills at the gym. So.
The Trueform treadmills?
The curve ones.
Are they chalk strength branded?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, Simon, you got to get on that.
I'm sure he will be.
Do you like running on those?
Yeah, I do actually. They're a little bit scary at first. If you haven't used one before, they're a little bit scary. You kind of feel like you're going to fall off it if you're not in the right position. But they're actually really good for running technique.
Yeah.
So it's obviously very good for Simon around the gym with his athletes and sprinters. It really helps him pick up stuff on that. So, yeah, they're very handy. They're good to have there. Better than running on the road.
Yeah, well, first off, running on the road, there's so many more variables, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You can get hurt.
Yep.
You can step on a rock.
Yep. Very true. But you could fall off a treadmill, right?
There could be a rock on the treadmill.
Exactly. Someone could throw rocks at you. No. No, they're really good. I really like them.
Do you do a lot of fitness?
Do I do? Me?
Yeah.
Not a lot, no. I used to a long time ago before my weightlifting days, but as I got into weightlifting a little bit more, I do more my quicker conditioning stuff. So either a constant, a metabolic workout or something like I did today, an interval. I like that stuff because I've always been around sport, so I like to feel like I've done stuff. Sometimes with weightlifting I obviously do, but you would know it's a bit of a different feeling. And I like that I can recover a bit better with weight in between lifts. So.
Do you get your lifters to do fitness at all?
Yes, conditioning. Yes, they love it.
What type of conditioning?
So similar stuff to that.
Short spurt?
Yeah, usually short spurt. Now that I've got the curve, they're loving it. They absolutely hate it.
Do you guys have bikes and stuff as well?
Yeah,
right?
we've got air dynes, we've got rowers, we've got ski ergs, we've got everything there. So everything that we could possibly want. And we just got the belt squat, which is awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah, I keep watching. I think. So your daughter probably thinks I'm a massive weirdo because I saw her at the training camp.
Okay.
And I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Yeah,
I don't really talk to her. And then I was like, "So about this belt squat."
It's really good. Squat. It's awesome. It's really good.
I've actually got. Oh, you can't see it. There's a those all-in-one gyms that you buy for home.
Yep.
With all the cables and all that. I actually got one of those for free.
Okay. What's not yours from home?
No. I like someone was getting rid of it. I brought it here, and the goal was to make it into a belt squat machine.
Okay, how's it going?
It's in pieces, and it has been since it got here. I haven't done anything with it.
Yeah, no, they're very handy. It's very good, especially for people like with injury and like if you can't load up their back and stuff, you can still get them squatting like big weights. So yeah, it's really good.
Do you like it as well?
I like it. Yeah, definitely.
And you can do so much on it too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Your one, you can't do like cleans and stuff on it, can you?
No, so it's not very wide, this platform on there. So it's more for like your squatting and your power stuff.
Because if you watch like Louis Simmons videos,
it's amazing.
Doing power cleans,
I think I've seen like some of them as well. They use like a big tire flip type thing. Like they've got the biggest platform. Yeah, they're a bit different. But yeah, you can do some great, like awesome stuff on them for sure.
What's your favourite piece of equipment?
There?
Yeah.
What do you think?
The belt squat?
Equipment or like barbell? Because I love my barbell, my weightlifting area.
Right. I get that. Like, so what's the one piece of equipment that you like that's not a barbell?
It's probably the belt squat now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got like the hyper reverse as well, curls that are pretty good as well.
Yeah.
As long as you're getting the right position.
When you say that, you're not talking about a reverse hyper, you're talking about the inverse curl?
Yeah,
that's really cool.
I love that. Yeah,
I did one rep when I came out to the gym.
It's hard.
My hamstrings were like dying.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's
so
really
much
good.
Different to a GHR.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, and because we've got that as there as well, but it's good for a change, and it really like even going from the GHR onto that, you're like, whoa, my hammy's actually working. But it's just getting that right position as well, and knowing how to use the machines as well is very terrifying. Yeah. You need to know. Like someone needs to show you how to work it, which is like Simon knows all about them. So he shows me all those. He showed me all those. So I'm a bit more confident on them now that I'm using them myself as well. Yeah. So I can pass it on to my guys. Because at first you're kind of like, well, it's a bit scary. I don't know, like why do I need that when I've got the GHR? But no, they're really good. Very useful.
Tell us a little bit about your gym, your weightlifting club.
My weightlifting club?
Yeah.
Well, we're not a big club. We've got no, it's not. No. We've got including myself. There's eight competitive weightlifters. We've been together for quite a while, a couple of years now.
Like a little family.
Yeah, we're a good family. We're very we all get along well most of the time. No, they're good. They all like it's a good little team and. We're hoping to add more, and there's a couple more. We've got some masters lifters coming in, and for next year, so hopefully we'll build a little bit more there. But yeah, they're all doing really well, so it's good. Happy with them.
And you guys are inside or a part of Clean Shred.
Yep.
So for the listeners and viewers at home, we had Simon on in episode something.
I can't remember what number it was. It was a while ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why I looked at you like you know.
I don't know.
But it was a while ago.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to know more about Clean Shred, there's an episode somewhere
there
of the RAW Barbell Club podcast that has that on there.
Yeah. I think I've got it on my Instagram page, the Hills Barbell Instagram page. Yeah.
That's at Hills Barbell.
Yes.
But you came up with the name for Hills Barbell?
Me and Simon did actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Together.
Yep. So we were brainstorming for about a week or so. We kind of said, let's try and think of something.
I really like your logo.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for a T-shirt.
I know. We're still waiting for our T-shirts too. They are coming, I promise.
Yeah.
But we both brainstormed, and I think Simon actually, because I wanted Hills in there somewhere, and then I think Simon liked the barbell, so we went Hills Barbell. So
it's smart because it helps with SEO.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
People know where you are.
Yep. Exactly.
Obviously in the hills.
Yep. Yeah. Well, yeah, because we were originally a long time ago Hills District. Yeah, weightlifting though. So it was a toss-up between Hills weightlifting again, but then we thought, no, it's too close to the Hills District weightlifting.
And was
so
there a reason you didn't want them to be like Hills Weightlifting Club?
Hills
why did you want them to be very different?
Only because that was a
different time.
Not that it was just as we're in a different place now.
Yeah.
You know, so that was Jimmy's old one, James Mann. He was that was his original one, and I kind of thought, well, I want something going into mine, it'd be nice to have a big, fresh name. So, yeah, we just went with that.
You had your first two lifters compete at senior nationals recently.
Yes.
And you were also on the New South Wales coaching.
I sure was. Yep.
Coaching board team.
Yep. Team. Yep.
Coaching team.
Yep.
What was that experience like for you?
It was awesome. I loved it. It brought back everything that you kind of forget that you love about weightlifting, like the pressure of it, the atmosphere of like a high intense, like a high level competition. It made me want to compete again. Like it got my passion. It just reminds you a little bit of that. And I was very, very happy with the girls, how they went with both of their first nationals. Like they were amazing and they absolutely loved it. So it was good for them as well. And yeah, working with the other coaches was a really good experience too. Yeah, it was good. I really liked it.
What was like a big high for you in that comp?
Probably my girls doing so well, like both of them. Just like a lot of doubt with themselves. Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, absolutely amazing. And obviously Nisha, you can see the big smile of her on her snatch and I asked her what she was smiling about and she said, because I could hear you, Mum, saying that was too easy. Yeah. Because she just, it just kind of flew up if you did watch it. So I think the best moment was seeing both of them smiling and actually enjoying where they were at and proud of themselves. And yeah, it was amazing.
Because I guess if you're not competing regularly, if you don't have those big goals, it's easy to forget that these girls don't just turn up on the day at that competition.
Yeah, no, a lot of blood, sweat and tears there.
A lot of months, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Tell me about like what goes into preparing and qualifying for a big competition like nationals.
Okay, first and foremost is definitely their mindset. With both of them, like, I can deal with my daughter in ways that I know at home, but Elsa as well had a lot of hiccups. Like, it was awesome. We got in quick and we qualified at the beginning of the year for nationals at the actual Open. Yeah. So Australian Open was qualifying her for nationals. So that was a high, like we started at the year off at a massive high.
And it's hard to carry that, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then like there was a couple of months in between and lots of like ups and downs with Elsa, like with work-wise, family things, like lots of stuff. So I think the biggest thing preparing her was mentally. She just really needed, because I knew she had it in her to lift. She knows how to lift. She's an awesome lifter. It's just her when she doubts herself. Yeah. And I just knew. Us, right? Yeah, exactly. And that's all that was stopping her on the platform, and it was a long road. And she'll laugh about hearing about it, because we went through quite a bit. But I think like the biggest thing was being supportive of her. Like if she was coming into training in this mindset, like what were we going to do about it? How were we going to adjust to it? Like the training wise. Lots of ups and downs, because like training, as you know, for a national comp can be quite intense leading up to it. Like it's a long process. So we did have a long time to prepare, which was good. So working on her strength first and then kind of working into competition phase was all the fun part. But yeah, it was really good to see it all come together on the day. Like it was one of my proudest coaching moments, that I think you would feel that as well. Like you just like, yes, this actually worked, and like the whole all the planning and all the stress of it and the worrying, and it all just happened on the day, and like all we both needed to remember was just relax and let it happen. So it was good. It's fun. I want to do it again. Like I want more of my right? I want more of my guys to like they all like, that's the ultimate thing, isn't it? Qualifying for nationals,
Oh, of course.
So I think that's everyone's goal coming into.
For a lot of the people that come into the sport later in life. Yeah. I guess that's the pinnacle of the sport for you.
Exactly.
Unless you're supremely talented.
Yep.
Very strong already. You might be able to compete at a high level. But nationals is a big deal.
Yep. Exactly. So I'd like to, I've got a couple of the other guys, I've got a few masters lifters who they do nationals and worlds quite often. Yeah. So they love the big stage. That's what they work at. And I I go in those as well. Like I like going out to those big comps, but being at nationals the other week has actually given me a new goal.
Yeah.
What's your goal? I would actually like to qualify for senior nationals myself.
Yeah.
I say that. Whether it happens or not, I want it to. I want it to. Exactly. Awesome. Like I said, it just got like the whole weekend just got my it put my butt back into gear. You know, like of what I want out of my lifting as well, and just seeing, I guess, everybody being so happy with them. Like just that competition phase. I just love that part. That's the part I love. Like coming from a competitive background, that's kind of natural to me.
What is your competitive background?
Well, lots actually. I'm originally growing up I was an athlete, so I was a sprinter.
Yep.
Hurdler, long jumper, so all the power sports. For many years. Yeah, exactly. And then like netball, so high level netball, bit of touch football in there as well. So yeah, like since the age of I was an athlete since the age of 6. So all down to athletics. Running for state, like I've represented Australia with that as well. So that was my life growing up. So I had 3 sisters and we were all sprinters, all runners, all quite high level. So my dad loved it. He didn't miss having a boy. We all made up for it. So So I've always been into the competitive, individual sport mainly.
Yeah, you don't really like the team sport?
No, I like it. Like I said, I played netball, loved that. Like absolutely loved that. And then a bit of touch football as well. Probably the 2 worst sports to go with weightlifting. They totally go against it. And I did recently think about playing touch football again, and I decided in the end.
Why do you say they don't go well with weightlifting?
Just because of your way of training, really.
Okay.
You know, so I'm always training the way of going forwards, aren't you? Or up. I'm not training to go sideways.
Yeah. But like that learning to stop and go quick.
Yeah.
Sometimes helps with the change of direction.
Yeah, it can. Right? It definitely can, but it also can come with that injury.
Yeah.
With my plans of wanting to do what I want to do, I kind of thought about it a little bit more. Although I love playing touch football, like it's so much fun.
But the opposite is not true, right?
No.
Like if you're a touch football player, weightlifting will very much help you.
Oh, definitely. And like it comes with a lot of sports, doesn't it? Like I think that's another thing that I love about weightlifting is that it carries over so much and helps out in so many other sports. Like I've got a couple of my guys that I've got. One's a cyclist or speed cyclist, and I throw weightlifting into his program, and he loves it. And I think that's where you get the most power out of.
Yeah.
With your training, you know, you can really get it out of that. And I've got runners. Things like that. So it always, like weightlifting can just be, I think it's a good base to have in there if you know how to do it, obviously, and you know a good coach that's going to teach you.
And it's worth, I think it's worth learning how to do it well.
Definitely.
I know you hear a lot of people saying, like power cleans, power snatches, whatever, but they say, you know, it's not worth it because the amount of time you need to dedicate to learn those things.
I think they say that they think that it would take an elite athlete 6 months or something to know how to do it properly.
I don't think it takes that long.
I don't think so either, if you've got the right coaching. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like a lot of these people have, like athletes, runners and stuff, have coaches that have kind of touched base on weightlifting but never really learnt themselves how to do it. So they kind of think, it's too hard. Yeah. Whereas like I've got a lot of coaches come to me now and want to learn it. Like they just want to learn the skill so that they can carry that on and be able to teach someone else. And that's what I love about coaching as well, is that I can coach. I love coaching other coaches how to teach them because it's not that hard. Like I know me and you sitting here saying that because it's just what we do, but it isn't, honestly, if you know.
No, I mean,
it's not that hard.
Weightlifting isn't actually that hard.
No. Once you get to know what you're doing, like at first it can be quite confusing. Like if you get a beginner who's never touched base on it, like they're just like, whoa, what the hell is this?
Yeah, you just pick the bar up and put it over your head.
It's that easy, isn't it? For you, maybe. But no, I think it can be a long process. Definitely.
But it's a worthwhile process.
It's definitely worth it. And I think that's what you fall in love with, is the process of weightlifting. Like you're always striving for more. Like you'll have these goals and then you want more. You know, like once you hit that goal, you always want more, don't you? So whether it be something associated with weightlifting, like so you want to squat more, or you want to deadlift more, or you just want to be stronger and you want to be more powerful. And I think that's what I love about it as well.
The pursuit of power.
Yeah, like you just, always in pursuit. Like I think that's one of the main things I'm always pursued. Like I love the power of it, and I love coaching power. Like I love training power. It's the best sport for it. So you definitely need it, don't you?
And the really cool thing about weightlifting, like we said, is that it is applicable to almost every sport.
Everything, yep.
And all we have to do as weightlifting coaches, or even as just like athletes or people that want to grow the sport, is you just have to get a barbell in as many people's hands.
Exactly.
And as soon as they fall in love with pursuing that power,
and which they will,
because like who doesn't?
They do. Exactly.
There's no one. Once you empower someone, once someone sees the kilos going on week after week, or they're like, hey, actually, I'm a little bit faster. They fall in love with it, right?
Definitely. And that's what I mean. Like I said, I've got a lot of coaches coming to me, and that's what I love about it, is that they feel so good about themselves. And I think that carries back to nationals with the girls, like I love that feeling as a coach of someone feeling so good about themselves. Like I love that. That's everything that I love. Like that's everything to me, that makes my day, makes my year. It makes it all worthwhile, all the blood, sweat and tears. So, I think that's what I coach for. I just love people feeling better, and weightlifting is the best way to do that, I think. Like it's the best sport for that. And it's the most fun. So, yeah.
So you played all these sports when you were younger.
Yep.
Where did that transition? Like, was this in high school? Was this after high school?
It kind of transitioned. So I stopped in the teenage years. So probably 16-ish. I stopped playing all the sports and did the teenage thing. Well, I didn't really stop playing sport.
What's the teenage thing?
Like just the friends and everything else was more important than being an athlete. And
looking back, you're like, damn, I could have gone to the Olympics.
Yeah, I do. That's one thing. Like I look back and I go, wow. Like, and I just look at people around me that back then where they led with their stuff, and I was like, damn, I was beating them when I was that age. I could have been there. But yeah, I guess you learn. That's life, isn't it? And then so about 16, then I ended up having my first child at 18. So she was planned, by the way. That's a big question. First question I get.
Wait, is that Tanisha?
That's Tanisha. Yeah. So she's my eldest. So I was 18 when I had her.
Yeah.
As well, so loved that. I always wanted kids young.
Really?
Always, yeah.
Why is that? Did your mum?
Not sure.
Was your mum young when she had you?
No, she wasn't too young. No, she was over 20. So no, she wasn't. It wasn't in the blood or anything.
Yeah.
So none of my sisters did either. Okay. I was the first one by far to have the first grandchild of the family.
Why do you think it is that you wanted kids so young?
I'm not sure, actually.
Is it just that you wanted to have like some sort of super weightlifting baby?
Yep, that's all it was. Like I knew that she was going to have this superpower and I was going to be the person to bring it out in her. No, I just always did. I don't know. I think a lot of people that know me love that I love to look after people. Like that's me. And I guess that's where it kind of started, I guess. Like I've always just been that way. I always worry about everybody else and if they're okay. And
so you've always been like mothering.
I think so. I think I've always had that kind of instinct in me. So yeah, just me. But yeah, I loved that I did. I'd never take it back. And then I carried on to have 2 more. So
you have 3 kids?
I have 3 kids. Yep. So I've got a 17-year-old boy.
Yeah. And how old's Tanisha?
Tanisha's 19.
Right, so she's still a junior?
She's still a junior, yeah. So she's 20 in December. Yeah. That makes me feel old.
Yeah, makes me feel old.
And then I've got a 10-year-old, Sienna. So you've probably seen her on my Instagram page. I've been getting her into the weightlifting.
It's really cute.
And she loves it. She absolutely loves it. So a lot of the Ollie kids that we did with Danny loves the book, absolutely loves it, and she'll show me the stuff in there. Yeah. And so sometimes, like because she's at the gym a bit with me, we'll muck around on the stick, and she absolutely loves it. So
Do you think that you'll start some sort of Ollie Kids program?
I want to, yeah. That is in future plans, like a kids program. I really think, especially like being at nationals and just seeing the amount of, like, we've got so much potential to get more lifters out there in New South Wales. Yeah. Like, we really need to, because it's there, and we've got I think if we look in the right places, we've got the people to do it, to help it come into like the adolescence, so growing up, like the kids. I think if we just implement that it's safe and it's not this big, I don't know, it was like weightlifting used to be perceived as this big rough sport, like a men's sport, whereas it's not. Like, there's so many women now doing it, which is awesome, and I love that.
Well, you just look at all the girls we had at at nationals.
Yep.
The entire women's team are just like beautiful, strong, you know, women that'd kick your ass.
They're amazing.
In a day.
Oh yeah, definitely, all of them. So like, that's what I mean. It's not a scary thing. It's not that big like body figure that everyone used to like. People think of weightlifters and think of this big thing that you see on that you used to see like on telly. All those guys, and like they're amazing too, and like they're unbelievably like such athletes as well. But it's just not the way it is when you're like, it's not how weightlifters are anymore, is it? It's kind of changed, and we're quite fit, and I guess CrossFit came into that as well. It's totally, like, I think people need to be aware of that, and I think the kids is where to start as well. So, and if they're moving properly, like, I'm all about moving properly. Like, that's my biggest thing as a coach and training someone, is making sure that they're moving properly and that they have that longevity to be able to continue if they're in other sports, or whether it be weightlifting or helping them in another sport. If they're moving properly, they're going to be there for a while, aren't they? So that's the biggest thing to me as well, coaching.
And we know that the biggest indicator of strength is actually volume, right? Yep. So, like, how do you accumulate the biggest amount of volume?
Yeah, exactly.
It just takes time.
Yep, exactly. Lots of time. So we've got to have lots of time and patience as coaches, I think.
And as athletes.
As athletes, definitely. Oh, yeah. I think I'm the worst with the patience as an athlete. I just want it now. I just want it now. But yeah, I'm always making sure, like, I'm lucky to have Dave and Sean upstairs at Clean Shred. Yep. So we've got a physio and a chiro there, and they look after all of us when needed. So I'm lucky for myself as well, being a little bit older. I need to look after it and take a bit more care with it. So it's good to have them on hand and help me out, and they're very good. So yeah, that's good as well, to have someone else there if there's something else going on that I can't fix with the guys. Yeah. So, or something that tends to happen.
Well, I mean, like, we're the same way here. Like, we have Kush here all the time.
Exactly. He's lucky.
But as a coach, it's really hard, because what happens is, like, the athlete comes to you and they think you know everything.
Everything,
And, you know, we know a lot, but we know a lot about, we know like a little bit about a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes it's nice to be able to outsource.
Definitely. Like, and that's why I love other guys, like you've been out yourself. I love other guys being around even my lifters, because I think you're around your lifters so much as well that you may miss stuff. Yep. And like, sometimes a good eye, like a new eye coming in, will just go, oh, you know, like, it's happening there, or point it out, and that's good as well. That's why I like to have, like, I love having you guys come out, and I love visiting other places.
Well, I think last time I came out, we were doing some power cleans off the blocks.
Yes, we were. It was power day.
Yeah. And like, there were a few things that you brought up about my power clean.
Yeah.
And it really helped me out.
Oh, good. I'm glad. So, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's really, it's just such a good idea. It's easy to get confused, though, if you do too much.
Very true.
So you do always need one person as your sort of primary coach or whatever.
That's for sure.
If you're someone who has a primary coach, and your coach is like, you have a really good relationship with them, there is no problem with reaching out and getting someone in to help you out as well. Because it's the same thing. Like, for example, like, we've been coaching, like, some of our athletes, like you, we've had them for like 3-4 years. Sometimes you get too close to an athlete, and then you just, like, blinders. You don't see
you don't see all the stuff that's going on.
See the negative stuff that they're doing with their training. Like, they might be moving incorrectly, and they've just done it for so long.
So long you've just not noticed it. It's it can easily happen, I think. which is good. Yeah, that's why I love having other people around. I love it. And I'm always open to new ideas like yourself, in anything that would help out. And
you also have one of the coolest gyms in the world.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. It's the best gym. It is. It's like the best gym in Australia. Like, it's got everything.
So I always talk about RAW Barbell as like the funnest place to train.
Yep. Oh, I don't know about that. I think you got a bit of competition.
We probably do. But I'm going to add to it, right? But if I didn't have RAW, I would probably come and train at you.
Would you? Oh, that's really good. Simon would love to hear that. I love hearing that. That's awesome.
The facility itself
it's amazing.
Is fun.
And the people.
And the people.
Come on, that's what makes the place. You can deal with the people to go to the place.
No, like Simon's awesome and your team is awesome too. Like,
they're all
I would love
awesome.
to come out. And
Definitely. Well, anyone's always welcome to come out. I love having people there. We've got the room for it. So.
Well, I think Vu wanted to organise.
Yes, he did. Yeah, I think he was going to a week or so ago, but things come up and it's a busy time of year. So, but I'm sure he'll visit. He's coming to compete.
Yes, he is.
Yep, and yourself. It's going to be fun, all of us.
Because he kept posting about like the comps and stuff, and obviously he's got like Snatch Sensei, doing
that's
all
awesome.
this stuff, and I was like, man,
so good.
Got to lead from the front.
Oh yeah,
got to do this competition with us. Show everyone what you made of.
No, it'll be good. We've got a couple of us, so it's good.
So you're competing at your comp.
I will be, yes.
I'm competing at your comp. Then we've got Jack, Zafia, Bo, Jane.
Yep.
My mum's competing.
Yes, I've seen that. That's awesome. Love it.
And then you've got Tanisha.
Yeah, I've got Nisha, Elsa, Mick, Fabian.
Fabian's competing.
Yep. Linda will be helping out as she always does. So she's not going to lift.
Shout out to Linda.
She's amazing.
Great and powerful.
She's amazing. And she is an amazing lifter as well. So we often joke about she trains once or twice a year and still manages to break all these records. So she's like superwoman. She's amazing. I love having her. She does so
much for us, right?
She does. She does a lot. And lots that people don't know about as well. Like and she just does it because she loves doing it. She loves.
Well, she doesn't. She definitely doesn't draw a wage from weightlifting.
No. And she should. She's one person that definitely should. Like, she does so much for the sport, and it's amazing.
Yeah, well, if you're part of another sport and you want like an awesome secretary and you're willing to pay, like
you can borrow her.
You should try to steal her because she's amazing.
She's really good. So it's good. And like we're using the space we've got at Clean Shred as well. Like we had the referees course last weekend.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Yeah, really good. So they've got the room upstairs for it because there's a yoga room upstairs / office /
It's massive too. I think it's the same size as this.
It would be. I'd be a bit.
Might be bigger.
Yeah, maybe about that. Yeah, it's pretty long, so it's good. It's a good little room upstairs. So, and that's where the chiro and physio are up there as well. And then you got down the back the sauna.
Yeah,
got the sauna there.
I might
your
even
favourite ninja ramp, the ramp up the back.
The warp pool.
Warp pool. Yeah, that's pretty cool as well. Has Mick got up yet? No. I'm sure it would be on Instagram, wouldn't it, if he tried? I think he only tried the last time he tried was with you.
Was me.
Yeah, I haven't even tried myself. Not the big one.
You got to try. It's scary, but
it is very scary.
I think that's like...
I know all the guys like Simon and them do it so easy, and
I didn't do it easy.
Look at you. Yeah, it's because it looks easy when they do it, and then you go, oh no, it's not really that easy because it's kind of a jump at the end. It's not a run up
at the end.
Yeah, it is. It's like a hope for the best, and I hope I grab that.
Because if you miss, you just like fall flat on your face.
Yes. Yeah. Pretty much. So.
And the rig's there too. So
the rig's right there.
Too fast, you might run into the rig.
Possibly. Yes.
So you've had Tanisha.
Yep.
You're 18.
Yep.
You have 2 other kids.
Yes.
So one's 17, you said?
Yep, 17-year-old boy. Yep.
When did you get into like CrossFit and stuff?
To CrossFit? Oh, wow. I was normal gymming for a while, but nothing major. I think I got into CrossFit.
And you weren't competing in anything at this time as well?
No. So I got into CrossFit.
So
I think
it
was
the fit mummy.
Just fit mum. Yeah, just doing stuff. And then I think I came across a trainer in a Plus Fitness, I think. I think it was. I don't know where I was. Was it? No, I think it was. Yeah, it was Northmead. Yeah. No, it wasn't Northmead. It was down at The other side, so down at Winston Hills, there was one down in the back a long time ago.
Yeah.
So more Seven Hills way. And he was into CrossFit.
Yeah.
And I did a bit with him in the gym. So we used to be those people.
The people in
those
the middle
people
of the
in
gym.
the squat rack doing cleans. Yeah. So he
were you dropping weights and stuff as well?
No, we weren't really, because there was not because I was only a beginner. It was I wasn't lifting very much. So
so you weren't the obnoxious CrossFit.
No, I wasn't the loud one. I was the one with the box jumps stacked up, making lots of noise, doing kettlebell swings and breathing loud. Probably one of those, or lunging through the whole gym. One of those guys. But yeah, he kind of introduced me to it and I loved it. And then I think 2012, I came across Jimmy at Locust up at Castle Hill and ended up getting to CrossFit there. And I started to compete in CrossFit. So I did a couple of competitions and loved that. And then Jimmy started going towards weightlifting. And I always remember when he started to introduce and saying, because he started competing, and we used to go and watch him and think how amazing is it.
Well, he was a good lifter.
Awesome lifter, yeah. And I remember the day he said, we're going to be a weightlifting club next year. Yeah. And we were all a little bit disappointed. We were like, how boring, how boring's weightlifting, just doing weightlifting, I need to have a WOD on the end, you know, as you are as a CrossFitter, you need to feel like you've done something and sweaty and can't breathe or nearly dying.
Of course.
We kind of were, this is what's going on? We're not going to do weightlifting. But it all kind of, I think I went through a stage. I think I did a CrossFit Open one year and I sat down with him and I said, look, I'm either going to go one way or the other here. I want to try my first competition in weightlifting.
Yeah.
And then I want to do the Open as well and I want to decide. So I think the Open started first and I finished that in the Feb. And then I did my first competition not long after that for weightlifting. So I registered and got in there. And I think my very first competition, I broke the Masters clean and jerk record.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was it for me in competing. Oh, yeah. So I did weightlifting for a couple of, we were training weightlifting before that happened for at least a year.
Yeah.
And he was always saying to me, you've got to do this. You've got to get in there. And I loved it. I fell in love with it as soon as he started introducing it and just the technicals of it and not doing it for time like I was in CrossFit and really understood it a lot more, I think, and fell in love with the mental side of it and found that it was just for me. And I didn't go back. I haven't been back. So it's been weightlifting since that day.
When did you decide that you wanted to actually start teaching and coaching?
I think I went to Jimmy one day and I just said to him, I want to start coaching.
Yeah.
I'd love to be a coach. I think because I'd helped him out a little bit, just with new guys. If he was really busy, I would help out. And because I was a personal trainer anyway, I kind of had that coach in me and was helping out. And then I said to him, no, I really want to go. I'm going to go do my course I want to be a weightlifting coach. And so I went and did it. And then helped him out a little bit around there, and that was at Wemore Hills District, weightlifting. And then so I ended up getting an offer for a job down at Lift Performance.
Yeah. So how did that come up?
So Scott Wilson, he was the original coach there, and
he left to go to.
He was leaving to start his own business, and he kind of just messaged me and said, "Are you looking for any more work in the weightlifting?"
Did he know that you were coaching and stuff?
Yeah, he knew I was coaching. Yeah. He asked if I was looking for any more coaching because I was just helping Jimmy out. That was it.
Yeah.
Kind of seen him at comps a bit.
And what were you doing for work at the time?
I was a personal trainer.
Oh, okay. So you were a trainer as well.
I was in the fitness industry and I was coaching CrossFit as well.
Yeah.
I went into
gym
that
as well,
at that gym.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was at New Beginning. But I was coaching already, and then just doing the odd nights with when Jimmy, so Jimmy could have a rest.
Yeah.
It was
because he was studying as well.
Yeah, he was studying then. He wanted to be a teacher.
Is he a teacher?
Yeah. Yep. So I helped him out.
Is he still a teacher now?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
And he lives on the northern beaches.
Yeah.
Does he still train at all?
Not weightlifting. I do ask him quite often, and I quite often ask him if he wants to come back and coach again.
Yeah. Give you a rest this
time. Not to take over my guys, but more for me.
Yeah.
And then, so...
Do you miss having him as your coach?
Yeah, definitely. He was a really good... And because he was my first coach, he introduced me. I think I'll always have that respect for him.
Yeah.
Very knowledgeable man. So he knew
it's
a lot
a strange
about
relationship, athlete-coach relationship.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. And, we're still really good friends. We keep in contact a lot. He's getting married in December to Em, so that's exciting. It's about time. Been together for as long as I've known them. So, it's really... we'll definitely always be friends. So I think we had, like you said, you get that bond with your athlete and coach that kind of never goes away, does it?
No.
Yeah, so it's really good. But, so... back to where was I? Lift.
Yes, you got a job. You got offered a job at Lift.
Yeah, Scott asked me to go down and have a chat to Cato, and that ended up happening. So I was the head coach down there at Lift Performance with Cato for about a year. Oh, it was way too much. It was pretty horrible. That was the worst. I loved working down there. It's an amazing gym and amazing people to work for. But just, the drive was too much, going down morning and night, having kids, going to work in through the day. And it was a really hard decision to leave there because I loved it so much. It was everything that I wanted. It was weightlifting. It was an amazing gym, amazing people to work for, had a good group of weightlifters, and we were just about to go into, I'd registered a couple of them because no one was registered then, so we were getting them into that. And I still keep in touch with a lot of those guys as well. And I think Andrew's taken over now down there.
Yeah.
So
Well,
he's amazing.
We just had Andrew in.
Yeah, so he's doing a really good job down there by the look of it, so I have to go visit. But so that was a bit of a shame.
So you were
leaving
there for a
Lift.
year?
Yeah, it was about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I put up with it for a year. That's how long it took me to go, no, this just can't happen anymore.
Because it is a long commute, right? You went North Mead.
Yeah, it was so, in the mornings it wasn't too bad because it was quite early. I was getting down there at 5 o'clock in the morning, so it was a quick shoot down the M4. Yeah. No more than half an hour usually, but the afternoon drives were the worst. Some afternoons it would be 2 hours of sitting in traffic, so just stop dead. And then getting home wasn't a problem, but it's just that commute. It was a little bit too much. I know people do it every day, but it just got a bit too much for me, I think. And it kind of took away from the coaching as well. Yeah. And it kind of, because I was so flustered because I absolutely love traffic.
You?
No, I hate it. That's the one thing, because I'm not in control of it. I'm I can't do anything. I'm stuck here. And I think that once I got there and as a coach, I wasn't quite all there either. So I didn't want that to start interfering with it. So, and then it happened to be at that time, around about that time when I left Lift, that Jimmy decided he didn't want to coach anymore. He was going to teach full time. So I ended up taking over the Hills District head coach around that time. So it kind of all fell into place of how it was meant to happen. So, and I loved, I knew everyone up there because I was still training there myself and still competing, and kind of went from there. So, Andrew?
Eyes up, Pineda?
Outside.
Eyes outside? Yeah. All right. Sorry, guys, we're just going to take a quick break because I've got to stop the podcast. All right, we're back. Vanessa?
Back again.
Yeah, so everything worked out timing-wise.
Yeah.
So you got this job at back at Hills District. Yep. So you left Lift.
Yep.
And...
yeah.
What sort of happens next?
So I took over there full time. Loved it. Moved around a bit from gym to gym. So we moved to the CrossFit gym. So it was in a CrossFit gym. So we were based around them, and we ended up moving to a smaller spot.
Yep.
Not far from where we were. Just before Christmas, I think it was, and we moved into a little box. It was really little, and we had. I think 4 platforms squashed into the corner of this little CrossFit box.
Yeah.
We did that for, I think, about a year. And it ended up just being, we were starting to get a lot more lifters and the room was running out. And so the owner decided that there wasn't a need for weightlifting anymore in the CrossFit gym. Yep. So I was kind of like, well, okay, what are we going to do here? And I'd met Simon a couple of times. So we'd had a relationship before then, like we were friends, and I went up and had a chat to him and asked if anyone was using the platforms up there, and this was my predicament. We didn't have a space for the weightlifters, and I really wanted these guys to keep lifting. Like, I didn't want to just stop altogether the weightlifting and coaching it. Like, I knew I still wanted to coach, and that's where I wanted to go. So I thought, okay, I kind of looked around for space on my own, but as you know, you need a lot behind you, I think, to kind of get that going. And I was, at that time, I only had like four or five lifters. So
it's super hard. Even for us, it was really hard at the start.
Yeah. So I ended up going and having a chat to Simon, just kind of touching base and seeing what was going on up there. And he had these big grand chalk platforms set up at the front and just sitting there pretty, not being used. So he ended up letting us use the platforms there. So that was amazing. So we trialled that out. I think it was a year ago now we've been there. I think September, October. I think I started up there because it was before Masters Worlds, I think.
Oh, wow. So you would have moved just after we moved? Yeah,
I think it was. I think it was around that time. I think I remember speaking to you, and it was kind of around the same time because we were talking about it and how crappy it was moving.
Well, I mean, neither of us had much time, right?
No, exactly. Yeah, it was kind of a very quick thing that happened. It wasn't...
Did you have limbo? Were you out of there without a place for
Yes. Not for long. I kind of got on it very quickly because I knew if I left it, that I didn't want my guys to not
suffer.
Yeah, I didn't want them to. I wanted to make sure that they had somewhere to lift.
Yeah.
So when Simon said, let's trial it, let's do it. It worked out really well. It was really good, and like Simon had the equipment and the facility to fit us there, and he loved having us there. And I think he was a little bit unsure at first about the weightlifting because he obviously hasn't touched base with it a lot. Like, he knew of it, but hasn't about the club scene and what goes on with the weightlifting world, the wonderful world of weightlifting. And I think once he kind of got into that, he fell in love with it as well. So it kind of went from there, and I was very grateful for him for taking us on. It's like with such quick notice, you know, and it kept the guys going, kept them all lifting, and
they obviously love it there.
Love it, absolutely love it. Like, it's like I said before, it's like an amazing place. All the people, coaches, they're all amazing. Like, you can't fault it. So the only thing I could fault is that there could be, we could deck out the platforms a little bit more.
As in have more platforms?
So more platforms, yeah. I did have this conversation with Simon the other day because I'd love to take over the gym, obviously, with weightlifting.
Yeah. Well, it only seems reasonable.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I thought so too. I thought that was a great idea. I'll get him. I'll get some more platforms in there. So, it worked out really well. Like, that's home to us now. We love being there.
Well, you know where that you've got that bench where you guys put your bags?
Yes.
You just get rid of that and put a couple of platforms right there.
Yeah, well, now it's all... So I think last time you came, was that in front of the roller door?
Yeah.
So that is moved over near the other door now because we've got the belt squat there and the single leg press.
Yeah.
So we've got that as well there. So, we've had to move some stuff around since we've been there. So, but we were having a chat about it the other day.
Well, where your platforms are doesn't really need to be a rig, right?
No, it doesn't need to be, but it looks good.
You can put if you got that rig out and have just like movable racks.
Yeah,
that's
maybe
like 4 platforms extra.
Yeah, true. We could work it out. It can be worked on. I've sat there thinking about it many times, don't worry. So, but like there's a lot of equipment there as well.
Oh, there's so much equipment.
So it's like a big playground. Yeah, so, you can run out of space, but it's amazing up there.
Well, now that you have the treadmills as well.
Yeah.
there's no need for a sled track.
No.
So, like, we'll just make that a bit smaller. Just platform that whole area.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, just straight up there. I did say that the other day, that all that. But then we've got the basketball area, so you can't really take that away from them.
No, Simon has a lot of fun with that thing, doesn't he?
Yeah, he loves it. Yeah.
I always see, like, his Instagram videos. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of practice, I think. So lots of, they like all their calisthenic stuff, the handstands, and yeah, lots of fun. Lots of room to do it, so why
Lots
not?
of room for activities.
Yeah, yep. So.
Tell me about what it's like to get into training after having 3 kids. That obviously takes a bit of a toll on your body at times, right?
Yeah, definitely. Well, it does take a big toll on it, but I'm always looking to be stronger. Like, I've always been like that. Like, since I've been in the gym scene, you know, like, I've always been, maybe because I'm better at it. I'm better at squatting heavy or lifting heavier stuff. I don't think it really, because I was quite young having my kids, I think I was okay in that aspect.
Okay.
I do obviously notice as I'm getting older that the recovery's a bit more.
But that might not have much to do with the kids, more to do with just getting older.
Yeah. So, no, like, the kids have always, like, they love being around it as well. So it's not like I had to not do any training because they liked to be there with me and do it. And
is your son into weightlifting at all?
He touched base a little bit on it. He loves going to the gym and stuff, but he plays footy. So yeah, he's a league player, and he.
Have you told him that weightlifting has
I've had him there. But he works full time now, so he finds it hard to even get to the gym himself.
Yeah.
And he's just started getting back into touch football, and he had a little bit of a break from the football last year, obviously coming out of school and going into a full-time contracting job, which is hard labour anyway. So he's actually in plumbing, so he does a lot of work, so he was quite tired. But yeah, believe me, I still push it on him because he was quite good at it. Although he's tall, he's a lot taller than me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you're pretty tall.
Yeah, so he's a lot taller than me. I'm 173 centimetres, so is that
I think we're the same height.
Oh, really? There you go.
Oh, that's
so
what I
you're
tell
quite
people.
tall too, Andy.
So maybe you're not that tall. I'm really
short.
Not,
well, yeah, I'm probably tall compared to weightlifters.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a tall weightlifter.
Tall compared to Elsa.
Yeah, and Nisha's probably a good height as well. But yeah, he stands over me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, he looks down at me, and he's only 17, so he's still probably growing. So
and
I don't know how much.
Over you, like, taller than you, Mum.
Always. So he lifts me up. So, and I'm a heavy weightlifter. So he's definitely he loved it when he did it. He started it back when I was training with Jimmy. He did a little bit then as well. Like, Jimmy taught him a little bit and was training him for a while, and then I kind of took over and he did a little bit there as well. And then just got too busy. But I'd love for him to. So, and lots of his friends are interested in it. So it'd be good to get them in as well. Like I said, they're all big plans coming in, so I'd like to get the younger guys' stuff going and get them into the weightlifting. So obviously that will help having the kids there. Yeah, and then Sienna, my youngest, is a different story. I'll be getting in her very early.
Do you think that you'll enter into a comp very soon?
Who's Sienna?
Yeah.
Quite possibly. I don't know, she's 10, so it'd be good to have her. It'd be her confidence more than anything, because she's not shy, but I don't know how she would be on the platform. Like, as you know,
she doesn't train with your guys though, does she?
No, she doesn't train. No, it's just me and her. Yeah, just mucking around, and she asks me to do it.
Yeah,
like, I don't force it on her. I don't sit there and hold her in the corner and say, "You must weightlift."
Have you tried doing that? Because I'm pretty sure that's how champions are made.
Start beating them with the stick? No, no. I think because she watches it.
Yeah.
And she probably sees how much I love it, and I'm always watching it, and I'm always doing it, and she just sees that, and I guess she sees her older sister doing it as well now. And
does she do anything else?
She was doing gymnastics.
Yeah.
And she was a dancer. She played soccer this year for the first time. That was a sight to see.
What do you mean?
No, it was just out of nowhere she wanted to play soccer. She's never played a team sport before, so she was also always like an individual, like gymnastics or the dancing. So it was that was good. She ended up really liking it and enjoying it. So We'll see what happens next year. She might be a competitive weightlifter by then.
Have you thought about that a lot, like with raising the 3 kids, like what sports you wanted them to get into young and what you wanted them to do?
Not really. I kind of, like, I've always been the kind of mum that I just kind of flow with it. Like, whatever they want, like whatever direction they want to go, I'll support it. If I didn't think something was a good idea, I would say it, but in the end, it's their choice.
I never pushed. You want to do weightlifting?
Yeah,
probably not a good idea. No money in it. No.
You won't make enough money. Try golf. So I've never pushed a sport on them.
Yeah.
Like my son went from soccer. He was a high-level soccer player, so he was up in reps. Like he was playing for many years when he was younger, and he decided one day that he wanted to play league, and I'm like, okay. Spend all this money on your rep career with soccer and you want to go to league. So, but he was good at that as well. So I think he's one of those people that whatever he does, he'll just do well at it. One of those people that, really tick you off.
Yeah.
But one day, hopefully he'll come and he's been asking a lot of questions around it lately as well. So hopefully I'll get him in. But never really pushed him. Like even Nisha fell into the weightlifting side. She did a bit of CrossFit and then obviously seen the weightlifting and fell in love with that herself and wanted to compete. I pushed a little bit to the competitive side. I don't think she really ever thought of competing. She was kind of like, oh, I'm not good enough.
But she's very good.
She's amazing. She will be even better. Like I don't think she's even started with where she's going to go. So she loves it and she's very determined. Like she cut weight for nationals and she was all on top of that with her food, and I didn't have to be too much on her, but on her back about it. Like she's very independent like that. So she loves it. I think that's where she's happy, and because she's studying as well.
Yeah.
I think weightlifting is a very good thing for that. So because we're both studying.
You're doing psychology as well.
Yeah, I'm studying psychology. Which is really interesting. I love it, and I think that
what's she studying?
She's studying to be a nurse.
Okay.
So she's in her 3rd year now.
Yeah.
So
and you're in your first year?
It's my first year. Yeah. So I eventually want to do sports psychology. That's the plan at the moment. Whether it changes before then, but I kind of think weightlifting pushed me to want to do that because, like I said at the beginning, I think I love the mind.
Right?
Yeah. Like sitting here with you, it's just like, wow, really, it's like this is like a counsellor chair for you.
And how do you feel about that?
So how are you feeling? Let me get my notepad and pad out. I think weightlifting kind of made me even more interested in that psychology part because, like, mindsets, I think it's like a hit or miss for. Like if you don't have that mindset with weightlifting, you're never going to succeed, are you? Like you would know that with a lift if you're second guessing yourself before you're even up on that platform or halfway through that lift, there's no way in the world you're going to get it. So I think the weightlifting definitely helped me, push me. I've been wanting to do psychology for years, but that really just gave me the push over the edge, especially going through like coaching on my own, being the last couple of years. And you see the different things you deal with. And I've studied a lot before that on personality. Like I love to understand people and how their brain works. And I think that's great for a coach to know as well, because you would know with your guys, like you don't know what's happened through their day when they come in that door, you know. And it'd be good for them to be able to just switch off and enjoy their lifting without too much pressure. Whereas I think in the sport as well, you can be too much, like you can put too much pressure on yourself to do well.
Yeah.
And you forget about it.
Well,
and
we see that
we've all
every
been.
day,
well,
right?
I've been through it. Like in my weightlifting, do you know what I mean? Like I've second guessed myself, and that's shown on some of my competition platforms. But I think it's a big part of it. I love the confidence that weightlifting brings to people, and that's very psychological, isn't it?
Yeah.
So why not dive deeper?
Well, I think you touched on something really important.
Yeah.
And that is like when you're lifting, like even just the act of performing a squat, a snatch, a clean and jerk, if you go into that with even like a minuscule amount of doubt, the chance of you making that lift
is very, very low.
Goes down dramatically, right?
Very much so, yeah. It's almost like, you're not going to do it. As soon as that starts to creep in and you have that thought, I think it's gone.
How do you teach an athlete to have confidence in themselves?
That's a really good question, because everybody's different. So I couldn't specifically say for yourself, being hard on you would work. Like just get in there, just do it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not going to work the same for you as it's going to work for anyone else. Do you know what I mean? Like everybody's different. They've all got different personalities. They've got different things going on in their life. And I think that's where the coach-athlete relationship comes into it. So I think you have to get to know your athlete, I think, and they have to get to know you as well. It's a really hard question. That's a really good question, actually. Like I could probably sit here and give you 1,000 ways to give someone confidence to lift, but I think it all comes with as you're teaching them to be better and you're coaching them and you're setting them up to get these positives. So you're setting them up to get a good lift, or you give them that confidence. And
so when you say setting them up to get a good lift, what does that mean?
So with your coaching, so your programming and your things that make them feel better. Like I think you get to know that athlete, and so I know with Elsa, I probably shouldn't be giving this away on tape, but if she feels strong, she's confident.
Yeah. So if her squat goes up, she feels confident. If her
squat's going up, and so that's my focus on her. Yeah. Without her knowing that, is getting her stronger. Yeah. Because I never push my guys to get 1 rep maxes in squats and stuff like that. If it's happening one day, they're going to go for it. I'm going to say, mouse, go for it. Because I know it's going to make her feel good. I'm obviously not going to do that to her if she's had a big shitty day at work. Coming with this big angry look on her face or upset, or I'm not going to make her 1 rep max. So that's why I've never got on the board 1 rep max day or 3 rep max or whatever. I think it's just finding that way of understanding the person and making them feel good about themselves can carry over onto that platform. Yeah. Yeah. So I always say to my guys, your body language even, if you walk out on that platform, your body language is good, you're pretty much going to get that, you're going to have that in your lift. You're going to be confident about that lift. If you're thinking that about yourself, that's going to carry over into it as well. I think it's just playing around with them, and I guess that's what we train for as well, isn't it? You train and you test things out as a coach, and what works with who, and do they like more fun in their training, or do they like more seriousness, or I know you guys have a lot of fun. You've got no choice here but to have fun. But it's always fun with us, but there is a fine line as well, when it has to be serious time and someone's taking a big lift and it means a lot, that we're all supportive of that as well. Of course. Back to the question, it's a hard one to answer because, there's lots of answers for that. So.
But I guess to just distill all of what you said for people at home, it came down to two things, is that you're trying to first instill in the lifter a self-belief. Yep, definitely. That the lift that they're taking is going to be a make. Yep. Not a miss. Yep. And then the second is within the relationship between you as a coach and them as an athlete, you're trying to instill a sense of trust. Yes, definitely. So that if you tell them to lift that weight, they trust you in choosing that attempt. Yep. So you said, hey, Mick, I want you to clean and jerk 120. Yep. And he's going to be like, I trust you because for the last 3 months, we haven't missed, 110, 112, 115, all the way up. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get that 120 as well. Exactly. Yep. So I think it's the relationship there is very important for the mindset as well. It's so crazy And the more you get into weightlifting and weightlifting coaching, the more you realize that it has very little to do with snatch and clean and jerk technique.
Very much so.
Like it really
it is.
Doesn't matter that much. I mean, it matters.
Yeah.
But only when you first start.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to learn the movement and the rest comes with it. So, yeah.
Do you think that's why we love this sport so much?
I know that's why I do.
Because, I when I first started, I was all about the technique.
Yep, of course. And
I feel like I don't really care that much anymore.
Yeah.
It's more about the nuance of the whole process.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I love someone with a good technique. Like, I'm always striving for good technique. But, yeah, like you said, like, even when you're teaching a beginner, you can just see with a stick how frustrated they can get and how self-conscious they can get, and do I look like an idiot? Do you know what I mean? Like you get that because it's such a different movement and it's very technical, isn't it, really? Like
and
when
the answer is always yes.
Yeah.
Even when you look good, even a really good snatch to the outside world is like, why are you even doing that?
Yeah,
is that
exactly.
even necessary?
It's so true. And I think as ourselves, I think we're our biggest critics as well. Because I know that I could do a pretty decent looking clean and jerk and I would think it looked like absolute shit.
Yes.
Whereas it would probably look okay to someone else. But I think that comes with coaching as well. I'm very I'm very particular and my guys will all tell you that. That's one thing I am very big on, especially competitive. Like our competitive athletes, I'm very big on technique.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to make you let you snatch 100 kilos if your squat's looking like crap. Do you know what I mean? It's not.
And it's a safety thing as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's 100% safety. Because as you know, if you don't know how to snatch properly, you can get pretty hurt from that.
Sometimes if you know how to snatch properly,
you can still get pretty hurt from it. Exactly.
Like I dropped 115 on my head at nationals.
Oh God.
I didn't hurt myself, but I'm sure I could have actually hurt myself.
You could have, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I remember my old my lifter Kev Hawthorne. He one day, and you used to see. He didn't miss a lift. It was very rare that he missed a lift. And I remember one night at training, and it was like slow motion, and he's just snatched. I think it was like 105 kilos or something.
Which is a routine lift.
Yeah, routine lift for him. Nothing out of the ordinary. And it was like slow motion, and he snatched it, and he's just pretty much just flattened underneath this bar and it's come down on him, and he kind of curled around the bar, and I was like, whoa, did you just die?
Yeah.
Like it actually looked like he died. But he's just stood up from it. And I think that's where if you're snatching that kind of weight or you're clean and jerking that type of weight, your body needs to be moving properly.
Yeah.
Because if he wasn't mobile, if he wasn't able to get himself out of it a little bit, like if he wasn't doing this stuff safely and in the right way, he could have really, really hurt himself. But because he'd been taught to move this way, and it could happen to anyone, couldn't it? Like if you didn't squat under that 100 kilos, it could,
Do you think it's important to teach new athletes how to bail safely?
I do touch base on it, not right at the beginning, never. It would be more into when they're getting a little bit more weight on the bar, like when it starts to fly a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't teach it from the very, very beginning, obviously, because I don't want anyone to miss a lift.
Yes.
So it would be more, like a bit more into their lifting, when they're lifting a bit more weight, I think, when it's more inclined to happen.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
Yeah, well, I try to teach people to not fear the weight.
Yeah.
So part of the fear sometimes, especially with squatting and stuff,
definitely,
is that they have nowhere to go if they're struggling.
Yeah.
And I tell them, if you're struggling with anything, your safety is of my paramount concern. I don't care 100%. About the bar. I don't care about the racks, the plates.
Get yourself away from it.
You get yourself away from it. So I do try to teach them pretty soon into their training.
Yep.
But it shouldn't come up.
Yeah, no.
I would rather me go up and spot them.
Yep.
And spot them and preserve the technique than for them to end up with a squat like mine, which is like a good morning squat. Do as I say, not as I do.
Not as I do, yep. That's very true, yeah. So like squatting, I mean, is a different story. If they were quite new, I'd be, I'd be spotting them and making sure that they're okay. But like my other guys like Mick and Alsa and that, they bail themselves out of a squat. Yeah. You know, if Alsa's stuck at the bottom of a squat, she knows how to bail herself out. Like no one goes near her. Or a clean. Yeah, she gets stuck at the bottom of those a bit. Yeah, she knows how to.
She's got strong legs, right?
Like, she's very strong. She's very strong.
I wonder why she gets pinned under. I
think she just she just gets pinned.
Yeah.
I think it pins her there, and I think her mind it's just her mind's like, oh, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
You know, like just so chill there. She could probably sit there. Well, she could probably sit there all day. Do you know what I mean? Like she could sit under that bar all day at the bottom, but and she'll try to get out of it. She's a fighter, that one. Like she's one of the biggest fighters I know. So she's always going to try and get out of it. But sometimes at training, obviously, she'll just kind of sit there and go, Ness or Mick, can you kind of give me a little help? Because she's absolutely pinned at the bottom. So, like it happens. But yeah, like the guys that are lifting bigger weights, obviously, because I'm not going to be able to spot Mick doing his 180 kilo squats. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to even try to spot him.
Well, have you ever told him just to look, you don't need to get any strong enough.
Yeah, definitely, because he's very strong.
He's
Mick's
very,
very strong. So
I actually can't wait for the comp. I want to compete with him again.
Yeah, he hasn't been training a lot. I know that's really? I'm not giving him an excuse. It could be good and it could be bad.
I remember when I was out last time, he was telling me he was transitioning.
Yeah,
with a lot of things
work's tough at the moment. He's just finding hard for time wise.
Yeah.
To get the training in. I don't know whether he's going to need to train somewhere else a couple of days a week and just get back when he can. Because he comes in every Saturday and Friday night because he finishes earlier and then just whenever he can through the week. So he hasn't been training a lot, but it could be good for him.
Could be. Well,
never know. Linda seems to have that down pat.
But have you ever done it?
Yeah, definitely.
Who was I talking to? I was talking to someone in Queensland. Oh, Cal.
Okay, yep.
And we were talking about Regan. Yeah. And how when he retired, he started PRing all his lifts.
I've heard of it lots.
See that all the time.
I guess because you've probably given your body a rest and your mind's just a little bit more relaxed.
Fresh,
yeah.
Right?
Well, it's the same with me.
No pressure.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but if like for our comp coming up, for instance, and your comp that you had here, it was Nisha's first comp ever, and I competed in that. And that was the beginning of this year, I think. Yeah. God, it was so long ago. And I think when I do that, I tend to lift so much better. Like I got 6 from 6 that day, and it was a long time since I'd had 6 from 6 in a comp. And it was just because my mind was all focused on Nisha. I was worried about her being okay and I think the same happened for her because she knew that it was my first comp for a while as well. She was worried about me. So it kind of took I think that's what worked there. It was kind of, we didn't have this so much worry about each other and we just wanted each other to do so well. And it kind of pushed us to do our best and we both really ended up lifting really well that day. So I think as a coach, it's good sometimes that I have that distraction when I'm lifting, that I'm still coaching.
Yes. Whereas sometimes it's hard as well. Right?
Definitely, yeah.
Like if you're trying to qualify.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Pressure.
Yeah, see, I haven't had that.
Yeah.
Haven't had that kind of pressure, so I probably wouldn't do that. And obviously, if one of my guys were looking to qualify, I wouldn't be competing alongside of them either. I'd be focused completely on them. I wouldn't be able to compete. I think that's where we had a conversation before about the coaching and the competing.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think it's hard? Do you think I speak to a lot of people and
I speak a lot about this, yeah.
A lot of athletes, a lot of coaches say that you can't be an athlete and coach at the same time.
Yeah, I hear it a lot. I do. My belief, I think I had different thoughts. I was probably more along your lines of, no, it didn't matter. Is that what you're kind of thinking?
No. I think it.
I don't think my thought on it was as big as this year's, leading up to nationals.
I think one will suffer.
Yeah, and it definitely does. My last comp was May. It was my Masters Nationals. Yep. That was my last comp, and that was the last time I even thought about doing a comp myself. Whereas before it was kind of, I need to get into comps everywhere, like at least a couple of months and just get out there. And it just took a back burner, but it wasn't, I don't think I even thought about competing. Like I was just so focused on the girls doing well and making sure that the team was okay, and that you kind of forget about you, I think. And whereas before I really struggled to try and do both. Like I was, and I've kind of come back out from nationals thinking, okay, I've got a goal now.
Yeah.
And I think I need to separate my training a little bit more from that. Like, I don't know how you guys work here, but sometimes I'll go in and train before my guys come in at night.
Yeah.
And so sometimes my training would be a little bit rushed because like they've come and, you know, as soon as I have my athlete there, I'm turned straight into coach mode. You know, I'm not worried about myself. So I think my training kind of took a back burner for those couple of months as well, because
It's super hard because being a coach is about being selfless.
Yeah.
But being an athlete is about being selfish.
Exactly. So total opposites. And I think it's very hard. It is. And I've had many thoughts of, you know, I think this year was kind of leaning towards no more competing for me. Like maybe the nationals, like the masters stuff, because I love doing that and they're all fun guys. But I think I was sitting down at the table with Linda at nationals one of the mornings, we're having breakfast.
Yeah.
And I said to her, I think I want to qualify. Like, I think I want to have a go at this just once, you know, like just give me something. I need something to get my training back up and me falling in love with actually doing it again, because, like, I absolutely love coaching and, like, that's what I love. Like, I love teaching people to weightlift. Like, I love it. And I forget sometimes how much I love doing it.
Yeah.
And I think that it kind of takes it away as well.
Well, it's the reason you got into the sport.
Yeah, exactly, because I loved it. And sometimes you lose track of that, though. Do you know what I mean? Like when you fall in love with coaching people so much and wanting them to do better, and it's all about them, and then especially having my daughter, you know, I want her to do so well, and because I have to live with her.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't do well, I have to deal with it. No, I'm kidding. I think that, it kind of, it's hard. It's really hard. So, I've had thoughts of, okay, I'm not going to compete anymore. But then sitting down with Linda that morning at breakfast, I'm like, no, that's it. I've got to do this just once, I think, and then that will be it.
Yeah.
I'd just like to try it while I've still got a little bit left in me.
Yeah.
And I can still kind of snatch and kind of clean and
I think it'll be this seesaw battle with you.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's like with me.
It is, yeah.
Where you go back and forth.
Yep.
And this is what I see
happening. And it has
happening.
been, yeah.
Right. This is what I see happening with everyone who's ever been an athlete and a coach and or in the middle, is that you'll have this seesaw until the enjoyment of one outweighs the pain of the other.
Yeah.
Because
that's true.
You know, like if coaching is fun and it's good and you don't have anything else, you know, happening around that, you'll keep doing that.
Yep.
And, you know, sometimes the burden of, I guess, coaching can be great too.
Yep.
You know, for example, if you own your own club, and we see clubs go out and in all the time as well in Australia, when that sort of runs, when that flame sort of starts to die, the pain becomes too great. People give up that. Or the other way is, you know, athletes over time, like, you know, you might get a niggle that you just can't be bothered dealing with anymore, or, you know, like it's so hard. And once that gets really hard, then you'll hang those boots up instead. Yeah,
I think so.
But it's it's cool because, like, the psychology of and, like, you would love this stuff.
Love it.
Just
I live for it.
This. Like it's crazy, like, that you can be in love with the sport so much that, you know, like, you're in it no matter what.
Yeah, it's very true. Yep, definitely. So we'll see where that leads anyway. I've just got this one last go. But whether it happens, like I said, I've got so much big plans for, like, Hills Barbell, wanting to expand that and get it out there as well, and my coaching. Yeah, so see how that goes.
Do you have any plans that you can talk about?
Like?
I don't know, just something exciting on the
For
horizon.
Hills Barbell?
Yeah.
No, I'd really like to build it a little bit more. Okay. Like I said before, I'd love to get kids stuff kid stuff going. I really, I've had a lot of coaches, like not weightlifting coaches, but like personal trainers and coaches. I want to teach them how to teach weightlifting.
Yeah.
So that obviously starts with teaching them the movement.
Of course.
So that's where I'd really like to drive Hills Barbell as well. Like, and me as a coach, like I'd love to have the need for a second coach. Do you know what I mean? Like I'd love to have, I want coaches to come and actually learn how to do it so they can teach and get weightlifting out there, like especially in New South Wales, you know, like I want them to be confident in teaching it and being able to coach it and not be scared of it, like we said before, like, oh no, it takes too long and it's not, you know.
And it is hard. I mean, like, for example, you're in a really good place where you are is in that your gym, the gym that you're in, has like a broader demographic of people that might still see weightlifting.
Yeah.
But for example, us, we're pretty insular.
Yeah.
So from the outside world, only RAW Barbell people and people following RAW Barbell
know about RAW Barbell.
See what we're doing in the weightlifting side of things.
Yeah.
Whereas like how many fitness firsts and anytimes and plus fitness and all those other gyms that there are, and each of those gyms have how many hundreds of members. And they don't get to see weightlifting.
No, exactly.
You know, we need those personal trainers to come in, learn weightlifting, and go back and teach.
And I guarantee they'll fall in love with it too.
Yeah, because who doesn't love
Who does not love weightlifting? So that's my plan. And like that's where Simon would like to see it go as well, I think.
Because he's all about the education. Right?
Oh, definitely. And because he's got so much knowledge himself, do you know what I mean? Like, why not share it? You know, like, and I think he thinks that about me too. Like, I love weightlifting. And I want to coach people. Like, I want people to learn. I want all the, like, I've been on all the coaches up there.
Yeah.
You need to learn this. And they end up loving it as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, they just want more and more of it. And I think it's a good trait to have as a personal trainer, isn't it? Like, you know how to teach someone to clean and jerk, or
just extra tools for the toolbox.
Exactly,
right?
yeah, and safe ones, like, and how to do it safely, not just going to a CrossFit box and thinking that that's how you're going to weightlift. So, and I think I think it's a good thing that like CrossFit like boxes as well. I know we were both in the same place with it being a weightlifting club in a CrossFit gym, and I think that works so well.
It does.
Because it's needed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's a good spot for it to start.
Look, as long as the relationship between the CrossFit box and the club is good, that's going to be...
exactly.
And like, you know, I think a lot of it has to do with communication.
It does, yeah.
But like, if that's set up well, then it's always going to move forward.
Exactly, yeah.
And I guess we were just both unfortunate that eventually that communication would break down.
Yeah, definitely. So, but
now we have such cool things.
Exactly.
Going for us,
Look at us now. Look at us fly.
Yeah, we've got this cool
this
board.
Cool wall, this cool lounge, this cool blue lounge. Definitely. So that's definitely the direction I want to go. Like I really want to take my coaching to the next level with that. And like I think being around or like having a good relationship with all you guys as well, I think you're all on that kind of same page as well. Like, it's fun and awesome competing in weightlifting, and I want to push that so much as well. But it's good to get knowledge out there on weightlifting as well.
Well,
and the benefits of it.
Yeah, well, so I'm so much on that because we have like a core group of people that compete.
Yeah, well, same. That's the same instance we are.
So like pretty much all the people that are competing at your comp, minus like 2 or 3, are all our registered lifters.
Yep.
And then we've got like 20 other
that just come in to do it. Yeah.
That come in to train for health and wellness.
Exactly.
Because weightlifting is the greatest sport
in the world
for anyone who's getting older.
Exactly.
As you get older, the biggest problem that you'll have is that you're going to run out of, tendon, ligament, muscle strength.
100%.
And your bones are going to get, more porous, and you're just going to die.
Yep.
But weightlifting is
it makes you live longer.
Yeah, it's anti-aging.
It definitely is, yeah. And it's so true. Like, I've even tried to get my mum and dad into it before, but they're in Queensland, they're retired, so they're happy to be living on the beach.
Yeah. There's plenty of gyms up there.
Oh, there's lots, isn't there? I always say that to them. So, yeah, I think that's. I definitely agree with you there. Like, it's a longevity sport. You know, if you're getting the right coaching, obviously. Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that you have to be snatching and clean and jerking.
No, exactly. Like all the things that come with, and just doing it properly.
Yes.
You know, like, and that's the biggest thing. Just do it properly. You know, and then the snatch and clean and jerking just comes with it.
Yeah.
You just pop it over your head. Yeah.
I actually think that's pretty accurate.
Maybe for some, but yeah. No, yeah, totally agree. Yeah. It's definitely the best sport for that, I think.
Where can people find you?
Where can people find me? Yeah. What's my address?
On the social.
On the social. So we've got Hills Barbell.
Yeah. That's on Instagram.
That's on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I do have my own Coach Ness page.
Yep.
It's always, and that's on Instagram as well.
But is it at _?
It's underscore Coach Ness, Coach underscore Ness, I think.
Yeah.
God, I'd have to check that myself. Yeah, so they're on there as well. So plenty up there.
Cool. And guys, you can find RAW Barbell Club at RAW Barbell Club on all of our social medias. So that's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat.
Oh, wow.
And all of the...
I haven't got you on Snapchat yet.
Yeah, all of the in the middle. If you want to get into weightlifting, but you know you're not close to a gym or you just need some general advice, we've got a free Facebook group. So it's called Strength Training Tips. And you can just add yourself to that group, ask any question you want, and we'll be on there to answer it. We've got a lot of coaches on there now too. I do.
Yeah, you better. Then, I feel left out.
Yeah, we can all be a fun little weightlifting community that gives back to everyone.
Definitely.
And guys, if you like this episode, if you like
Vanessa,
like me, her gym is in Castle Hill.
Yep.
So in the Hills area, hence Hills Barbell Club.
Yeah. Fair.
And if you love listening to her, please give this podcast a 5-star rating and give us a review and share it.
Yeah.
Because that'd be awesome,
yeah,
right?
It'd be awesome.
Thanks so much for being on.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks, guys, for listening and watching. We're done.